Hello, and welcome to your new Drupal website basic training. In today's segment, I'm going to show you how to create and edit an article. These can be used for blog posts or white papers or any type of text-based content that you would like to add. So first things first, I'm already logged into this site, and once you're logged in, you'll want to go ahead and select Add Content. This will bring up the list of content that you can add, and we'll go ahead and start at the top with the article. If you've watched our previous video on how to add a basic page, a lot of the fields and things I'm going to cover will be very familiar. If you haven't watched that, it might be a good idea to watch that before this. That way you'll be a little more familiar. In any case, to start off, you'll want to give it a title. So we'll go ahead and call this test. And you'll see that the title field is required as indicated by the red asterisk. After you've got your title, you'll then want to choose an image, and we've got some guidelines here to tell you about the image and the properties that are allowed. So once you've read through that, you can then go ahead and hit choose file, and this will bring up your file browser window for your computer. And then you can select the image you'd like to use. Go ahead and use this one. Then you'll see the name of your file appear there, meaning it's ready to be uploaded. And then you can go ahead and hit the upload button. This will show you if your image was too large, if it's been resized to fit. It'll give you the size of the image as well as the name. Then it will drop down an alt text field and a title field. Alt text is used mostly for accessibility, for people who have programs that help them navigate the internet, read things, and that type of thing. So the alt text will be read to them instead of the image. So it's usually a pretty good idea to put something in there to give them an idea of what the image is. In this case, we're just going to use the title because it's just a test. Now the title is actually for SEO purposes. It's to add a hidden section so that you can add an alternate title than the one that you've got on the page. So we will put test there as well. Moving down to the next section will be our body. And in here, we've got a lot of buttons that you are probably already familiar with. These are basic text editing buttons that you've seen in most word processing programs. A couple of the buttons that are different, I'll cover for you. So the first of which we'll want to check will be this button here. This is our add image button. It works a little different from the image upload we saw just a bit earlier. I'll go ahead and click on it, and it's going to open up our image properties window. And there's nothing in any of this that we can adjust. So before we do any of that, we'll need to put something in here. And what you'll want to do is hit Browse Server. And then this is going to open up a window with direct access to the server. And then you'll want to choose this Upload button. And now we've got a window that looks pretty similar to that file upload from before. So we'll hit Choose File, select our image, tell it to choose, and then hit upload. And now we can see it in the list along with the other items that are on the server. And from here, to choose it, you can simply double click here on the blue line, or you can click insert file. I'll go ahead and double click. And now in the URL field, we've got a URL that essentially tells the website where to reference that image so that it can display it. We also have the alt text, same as from before, for accessibility purposes. We then have height and width. So these can be used to adjust the image if you have not cut down your image to size prior. And it's simply just going to be in pixels. So you just enter the amount of pixels that you want it to be, and that should do it. The border is exactly what it sounds like. It's going to put a border around your image, 1 pixel, 10 pixels, and 100 pixels. So you can make it as big as small as you want. And then the H space and V space is if your text is bumping up against the image and you want to give it a little padding. You can same thing, just add the number that you want in pixels to create a little break between the image and the text. The last thing will be alignment, and that can be not set, meaning the image will have text above or below it. And then left and right will choose the side that the text wraps around it if you want to have an image in the middle of your text. Once you've got all your settings complete, just go ahead and click OK, and that should add in our image there. Okay, so the next thing we'll want to take a look at will be how to add a link. And to do that, all you have to do is type up the text that you want to be your link and then highlight it. Once it's highlighted, then you click this little link button, and this will open up our link window. Now, if you're linking to an external site, something that's not on your website, you can simply type in the address, just like so, and hit OK. And then you'll see it turns blue and puts the underline indicating that it's a link. If you want to send someone away from your site, then you may want to have the link open up in a new window so they don't navigate away from your site entirely. And to do that, same thing, type up your text, hit the link button, and put in your URL. In this case, we want to go to the contact page of this site. So I'm just going to put in a slash and then the word contact. So the way that that works is you only need whatever comes after the .com. So in this case, it'd be .com/contact. So I'm just going to put in the /contact. And then I will click target, and we're going to set this to new window blank, which should force it to open up in a new tab. So we'll go ahead and click OK. We got our two links. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. We'll save our article, and we'll test the links. So this one should open up a new tab and take us to Google. Looks like that works just fine. And this one should take us to the contact page. Just like that. So both of those look to be working just fine. Now, if you want to go back in and edit an existing article, any article that you click on, right underneath the title here is going to have this edit tab. All you have to do is click on that, and that'll take you right back to the section where we were. Okay, so that's how we do images and links. If you want to put just some basic text in here, you can just copy and paste, but you might want to be a little careful. If you're copying and pasting from Word, we highly suggest that you use this button, paste from Word, and it is designed to keep all of the formatting, but allow the site default colors, fonts, and things of that nature to take over and make sure everything looks uniform. If you're not pasting from Word and you're pasting from somewhere else, anywhere else, we recommend that you use this paste as plain text box, which will strip out any formatting or anything like that and leave just the text, so once again the site defaults can take over. So I'm going to be pasting from just a document that I have, so I'm going to use paste as plain text, which will open up the window here, and we'll get our generic text off of the document, and we'll paste it right in there. Hit OK, and now we've got all of our text right underneath of our links. So once we've got everything configured in the body section, then the next thing you'll do when you scroll down is tags. And this allows you to group like articles together. So if you're running a series of articles all about the same topic, you can tag them all with that same topic. And then when someone gets to the end of an article, if they're interested and they want to read more, they can simply click on the tag at the bottom to see any articles that are tagged with the same thing. Once you get down to the next section, we have our meta information, meta description, meta keywords, and meta copyright. Meta description is actually what's going to show up on Google as the description underneath the link. So whatever you put in the meta description, if someone searches for your site and they find this page, whatever's in the meta description field is what's going to show up on Google. The meta keywords are keywords that people can search for in order to find your page. So you want to make sure that the keywords and the description tie together so that they can work together to drive better search results. The meta copyright is not something that you have to worry about. That's only for advanced SEO. So for the most part, we just do the meta description and meta keywords. Okay. Then we have a couple of other boxes down here, but for the article, only a couple of them will be relevant. These first 4 underneath the meta are not going to be applicable to this piece of content, but the authoring information might be, as articles and blogs typically have authors that you will want people to be able to find and see so they can read other content that they've put out. If you want to change the name of who's authored it or the date and time that it's authored, you can do that here as long as you follow the date format and as long as the author is a registered user on the site. And then the last one will be this publishing options. And that just means whether the article shows up in the blog or not. So if it's published, it will show up there. If it's unpublished, then only people who can log into the site will be able to see or make changes to that. By default, all of your articles, if you just save without accessing this option, will be defaulted to published. The other 2 buttons we have are promoted to the front page, which is just like it sounds. If you've got an article you want to make sure shows up on the front page, you can promote it to the front page. And the last one, sticky at the top of lists, is also just what it sounds like. If you select that option on a blog, it's going to put that blog right at the top of the list so that people will see that one first. It's a really good idea if you have like an introduction to your blog post or about us, something like that, some kind of introductory post. Once you've got all of those selected and everything, then you just scroll to the bottom and hit save. This will take you out to view the article you've just created. And if you want to see what it looks like in the blog, you can click on the blog and we should see the new blog post that I just created right here. All right, and that will conclude this segment. Thank you and have a nice day.